Yes, gang, it's right. That's right. It's Poppy's other workshop.
And straight after that, we've got Poppy. If you haven't seen Poppy's channel, go and check him out too. He's good for a chat, he's fun, and he makes cool stuff.
That's right, gang. It's another Poppy's other workshop presentation. Yay. Now let me grab some writing implements. Okay. This video we're going to talk about swamp coolers, also known as evaporative coolers. Okay. Now, your swamp cooler is a big metal box okay, and on 3 or 4 3 or 4 sides will have louvered panels. Now, your 3 louvered panels is a wall mount. 4, that's a roof mount. Wall and roof should be fairly self-explanatory. Okay. Your wall mount has a vent coming out the back, going through the wall. It sucks in air through the louvered panels, and water coming from the sump is pumped up and run over the semi-absorbent pads on the inside of these panels. The air goes through it, evaporates a little bit of this water, and a squirrel cage shoots it through the duct into the house. Now, swamp coolers work on 2 principles: evaporation and airflow. Now, without the airflow, you're not going to get the evaporative. It's a cold evaporation. The air is going through those pads, evaporating a little bit of the water, getting cold, and being pumped into the room or into the house. Now, the roof mount comes through the roof and it blows the air into the house this way. It has squirrel cage. It's got the pump down here to pump water up to the spider. That's what they call the tubing assembly that drips the water onto the pads inside the louvers. Now, if you buy a brand new swamp, it'll have Excelsior pads. That's shredded pine. Looks like shredded cheese, but it's pine. It's a nylon net. These are the cheapest swamp cooler pads available. That's why they're in the brand new ones. We don't like them. We tried the green cellulose honeycomb pads. They went to shit faster than the Excelsior. Excelsior, you can probably get like 2 seasons. The green, we didn't get a full season. Had to replace them. Now we use blue. That's an E there. It's looks like Scotch Brite pad. It's baby blue. And it's a coarse, so the air can go through it. And there's no abrasive. Okay. Now, the reason I tell you all this is because I wanted to bring you up to speed, is I'm going to talk about winterizing your swamp. Now, you know you can buy a canvas cover for the wall mount. You know, covers 3 sides and ties in the back. And I know there must be 4-sided one, probably drawstrings to pull it up down here. A canvas pad, all it does is keep rain from getting into the swamp. It doesn't stop cold air from infiltrating. Now, when I winterize my swamp, I take the pump out of the sump and I put it up here where it's dry. Most years I shoot WD-40 up into the motor. They have shaded pole induction motors to run that little pump. Let me go get that. I just happen to have there you see a swamp pump. It sucks in the water here, shoots it into this tube, goes up a long tube to your spider. Now up in here is a shaded pole induction motor, 110 volt. If you know anything about motors, you know that shaded pole induction motors are cheap, easy to make, simple. They don't have brushes, right? Shaded pole induction motors basically coil of wire, and it comes out here to the plug. And it's got the armature and a strap on either side to hold the shafts. And here, 2 copper wires This is what they call shaded pole, because the AC current going in here makes this whole thing vibrate 60 cycle. These interrupt, as AVE would call them, the angry pixies dance. That's what causes your armature to rotate. Okay? Okay. So, winterizing time, I take it out, turn it upside down. I shoot WD-40 up in here, displace the moisture. Then I hang it up. The canvas cover goes on. And this year, just this year, I figured out you take a pillow, okay? Not a feather pillow, not a shredded foam rubber pillow, but a solid foam rubber. You can use a piece of couch cushion, chair cushion, if it's solid foam rubber. Or if you happen to have a $50 neck pillow, you know what I'm talking about? They're for people who have sore necks, and usually your wife buys it, uses it for a couple of weeks, decides it's a piece of crap, or she buys it for you. You use it one night. Piece of crap. Okay. Make believe this is the duct coming in through the wall. All right. You cut the pillow an inch wider and taller than this opening and stuff it in there. Then you put the grate back on the front. It only took me 20 years to figure this out. And I did it this year, and my daughter Christy tells me that her room is much warmer now. The wind isn't coming in. I mean, the canvas cover is great for keeping the rain out of the swamp, but it doesn't keep the cold air from coming in. But pillow and the duct. Foam rubber. Don't use a shredded foam rubber pillow. Too much infiltration can come through that. That's why you can't strangle someone, can't smother someone with a foam rubber pillow, shredded foam rubber pillow. It's got to be feathers or solid foam. Now, why I tell you this? Well, you may want to have the house be warmer this winter when you winterize your swamp. Just, guess on my part, maybe you want the house warmer in the winter. So, I know it sounds like $50 for the foam rubber, but your wife already bought that piece of crap. Used it for 2 weeks, and this don't work. It's a waste of money. Winterize your swamp with it. Stay safe. You hear me? You go and cack on me, I'll stop talking to you. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Wear gloves. Good night from California. Good night from California.